Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy from the Fewell Homestead and thefewellhomestead.com, and today I'm going to take you around the main living areas of my home while I clean in super fast speed. So stick around. I'll give you some tips on how to keep your home clean and tidy, and you might even find some inspiration while I'm cleaning. So it goes without saying that the YouTube channels of YouTube have been overtaken by clean with me videos. There's ultimate clean with me videos, there's mini clean with me videos, there's all kinds of clean with me videos. This here is no exception. I love clean with me videos. They are inspiring. They really give me some great ideas on how to keep a tidy home. That doesn't mean that I always keep a tidy home, but we're trying. We are in a 980 square foot house. Now we do have a basement, so that does give us some more square footage in our home, but I've had the struggles of trying to figure out where to put things in this house. And so I recently discovered that maybe we have too much stuff. And so I've been trying to, over the next 2 weeks at least, I'm going to be trying to go through our home and purging things. And I might take you along with me for that journey as well. But today I wanted to go through how I can just quickly go through the house and speed clean all of our main living areas. I'm going to show you some befores and afters, and then I'm going to give you some tips on how to keep your home tidy as much as possible. So I always start with my kitchen. My kitchen is one of my hardest areas to keep clean since we constantly live in this area. My table normally has lots of junk on it, from anywhere from tools to leftover food to dinner plates from the night before. Whatever it is, it's always cluttered. So I always start there. I pull stuff off my countertops. I go through bills and things that I haven't sifted through in a while. I do a lot of purging in my kitchen before I even start cleaning. And so that's exactly what I've done here. I've gone through, I've purged everything on the chairs, on the table, on the countertops, and then I am working on some trouble areas. So there's a corner right here that I'm working on with a basket and papers, and so I'm just sorting through that and trying to get it out of the way. And then the other trouble corner in our kitchen is the potato and vegetable and fruit area, and I have really let that go. And so I am sifting through that and getting rid of all the old stuff, and just making sure everything looks tidy. I'm pulling out the trash can, I'm vacuuming it down, I'm wiping it down, wiping down the side of the counter, and making it look really deep cleaned and well. You can tell that our kitchen isn't completely finished. We still have molding to put on the floors and vent covers that we need to put on, but those are just things that you deal with until you get to them. Now I'm going to remedy this area pretty soon because I have a vegetable hanger, one of those 3-tiered hangers that my aunt actually gave me. I was at her house a few weeks ago, and she has a horse farm, and so she was cleaning out her barn, and she had this rack, this vegetable and fruit rack that she was getting rid of. She asked me if I wanted it, and I'm like, sure, why not? And I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it, but I think what I'm going to do is spray paint it white. And then hang it in my pantry for all of my loose vegetables that are immediately upstairs and not in storage, and fruits. So it'll be out of sight, and that floor will be really clean. So after purging through everything, we give everything a good vacuum, everything a good mop. I put the chairs on the kitchen table because this is a great time for me to go and clean the bottom parts of the chairs and dust, because that table set gets really dusty. And then that's it, I'm done. That's pretty much the quick clean of the kitchen. So after that, I moved directly into the living room. My theory is that if I can keep the living areas clean constantly, I can shut the doors to everything else. I know that's a really, really bad way to live, but if I can just keep my main living areas clean for when guests come over, maybe even unexpectedly, then to me, that's better than having nothing clean. To me, that's more important than having clothes put away in a drawer, in my opinion, because we live here all the time in the main living areas, and so that's just what I focus on primarily. So in life and in marriage, sometimes you have to compromise. You're gonna see this big pile of junk in my living room that's been sitting here for several months. It's my husband's stuff, tools that he's been using, paint that we have to use for the house. It's just project stuff that just is gonna stay there until it gets moved by him. So I compromise and I clean around it. And it's just a mess. So that's just one thing that we compromise on, and he's just gonna have to deal with it when he gets to it. I'm not touching it. But as you can see, one of our problem areas is in front of the door. I've been asking my family for years to use the basement back door, and it just doesn't seem to be working. And it is kind of inconvenient and out of the way anyhow. But so all of our shoes get dropped at the front door. So what I do is I just quickly grab them and throw them into the closet that's there at the front door, which is apparently very hard for them to do. and I just throw them in there, because the reality is that they're gonna come right back through and they're gonna pull them back out, and it's just gonna be a mess again. So there's no sense in me organizing through the shoes just for them to pull them back out and leave them on the floor again. So I just throw them in the closet. I clean up that area really well. It tends to get muddy and nasty, and I cannot wait until we live in a house where we can have an actual mud room so that my front door isn't constantly muddy. But that's just the reality living in this house that we're in now. So I go through there, clean up all of that, vacuum it up really, really good. There's always lots of dirt and mud there. Then I will take my dusty mitt after I vacuum the whole living room, and I would take my dusting wand from Norwex, which I'll link below, and I go around the entire living room and dust everything. So the bookshelf and the valances and the crown molding tends to get cobwebs, and then the ceiling tends to get cobwebs. So I go through the entire living room and do that very quickly before I finish tidying up everything. Now keep in mind, this is just a quick tidy up. I'm not washing windows today or anything like that, but I am dusting the windows because they get the dust in the corners and on the ledges, and so I do that as well. And that's basically it. That's just tidying up the living room so that it's livable. Now I actually did get to my bookshelf. My bookshelf looks horrible in this video. I actually got to my bookshelf. I'm going to show you a video clip that I tidied it up and kind of rearranged it. I'm not done yet. There are some houseplants that I want to get to kind of rearrange on my bookshelf, but we actually use our bookshelf as a bookshelf, and so I know there's like these beautiful and elaborate bookshelves on blogs and YouTube, but we actually read a lot, and so we built this bookshelf to be a bookshelf, but I still want it to look cute at the same time. So I tidied that up later in the week since I didn't have time to do it that day. I tried not to do a ton that day, and then I will actually make a video later on, maybe sometime in the next couple of weeks, to show you our actual bookshelf and some of our favorite things on it. So once the living room and the kitchen are done, then I move down the hallway and into the bathroom. This is the final main living area upstairs. The only other space that we have upstairs are 2 bedrooms. We only have 2 bedrooms. They're at the end of the hallway. It's my bedroom, our bedroom, and our son's bedroom. And those are a different thing for a different day. And so I'm just cleaning the bathroom. We only have 1 bathroom in our house. It's another thing that I'm looking forward to whenever we get another house. But we live with it, we deal with it. It's awesome because we only have 1 bathroom to clean. So I'm actually in the process of teaching my son how to clean that bathroom because he's usually the one who's using it all the time, and so he's old enough now, he'll be 9 in August, where he can clean that whole bathroom by himself. So that's another story for another day too. The bathroom just needs a quick tidy up, pick up some socks, get some stuff out from under the vanity, clean it all down with my Norwex rag. I also clean it, the mirror, with my Norwex rag, and so I do the entire bathroom with the Norwex rag, and it works really, really well. And that's it. My 3 living spaces are clean and tidy upstairs. Now we do have a living space downstairs, which is in the basement, but typically when we have guests come over, they don't go down there. But that will be another video, clean with me video, for another day. I need to go through the basement again and purge some stuff, rearrange some things. We've been doing some projects down there, and I'm going to be getting ready for the school year with my office and homeschool room that's down there. So we'll do a tour of all of that stuff once it's finished, and I will take you through it, another clean with me video then. So now that my upstairs is clean, there are some things that I want to implement into my home to help me stay tidy and on top of everything. Now, if you're in our Homestead Homemaking group, which I'll link down below, you'll know that there are some things that we're implementing in my home that might help me get through certain days. So, for example, Mondays might be dusting days. So you might dust and clean off all your glass surfaces. Tuesdays might be vacuuming days. For me, I have to vacuum every day because we have animal hair and mud and everything else. That's just real life. Wednesdays might be mopping. Thursdays might be a laundry day. Friday might be change the sheets and wash them and put stuff away. Pick a day every day of the week and stick to it. If you can break up your housework and throughout the whole week, then you're really going to see your home kind of unfold and become more manageable. They say in order to eat an elephant, you chew it up by bits, right? Which I hate that analogy because it just sounds nasty. But it's true. If there's a big thing that you're trying to tackle, you break it up by bits over a time period and keep up with it that way. So if you're in our Homestead Homemaking group, I kind of put a little schedule of what I'm going to try to be doing, which is, Mondays dusting, Tuesdays, cleaning certain things, going through the week. Choose what days work best for you and what chores work best for you on those days that make sense for you during your home cleaning schedule. I also cannot stress to you enough that it's so important to get the proper tools for your home. For years, I did not want to spend money on expensive home cleaning tools, but it's important. I'm not saying you have to go out here and spend hundreds of dollars, but I will tell you the things that have changed my life are a good mop, a good vacuum, a good dusting wand, which you've seen in this video, and the Norwex rag, the Enviro cloth, and the window Norwex cloth. Those two things have really changed my life with cleaning. It has eliminated a lot of the cleaners that we were using. I do still use some cleaners with essential oils that I make on my own, but the tools, your cleaning tools, are gonna make a world of difference. So go out, you're a homemaker, this is your job, go out and buy the tools that you need. Don't guilt yourself about it, don't let your spouse guilt yourself about it either, and get the tools that you need that are gonna simplify your life. Get that good vacuum you've been wanting. Get that good mop set that you've been wanting, or a broom set, or your wood floor dusting set, or whatever it is that's gonna make your job as a homemaker easier, because in the long run, it's work smarter, not harder, and it will make you work smarter instead of a lot harder than you were. The last and final tip is to purge. Your home will never be clean if you don't get rid of stuff. I was watching a video on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. It was the whole minimalist movement and things like that. And I'm not a minimalist. I love having stuff in my home that I love, that are heirlooms for our family, or that we've just collected that are meaningful to us. But there was a theory in the minimalist video that said if you haven't used it in 90 days and you're not going to use it in 90 days, then get rid of it. And so that is what I've been doing. If I haven't used it in 90 days and I'm not planning on using it in 90 days, then I'm getting rid of it. With the exception of, picture albums and some memorable things that we were keeping. But here's another reality. You can get rid of things that hold memories, and it won't get rid of the memories. Now, I do encourage you to keep a box or even a little treasure chest full of the most important memories for you and your family. Definitely keep those pictures. Those pictures are things you're going to look back on one day. But things like stuffed animals or, little pieces of paper, like your first concert or something like that, you don't have to save all that stuff. My grandmother and my mother both have bags and bags and bags full of newspaper clippings for obituaries and wedding announcements and engagement announcements, and it's like, what are you gonna do with all of this stuff? And I know there's some of you out there like that too. Get rid of it. If you're not using it and there's no purpose for it, just put it away. That's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this clean with me video and some tips about cleaning your home and keeping your home tidy. This is a journey that I'm constantly on, and I know you are constantly on as well, and so I hope to take you along with me as I go through the purging process of our very small farmhouse. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and have a great day.